Hello, welcome everybody. This is Diorama Don, and this is another diorama that I've made. Just a broken wall, part of a house, in a dilapidated condition, all falling down. Just an idea to set off whatever military vehicle you've just spent hours and hours sticking together. So I'll put my Tiger tank in there, and I think that looks pretty good there. So I will show you how I went about making it in the rest of this video. So I've made my tank, and now I want a diorama to set it off a little better, more in keeping with its surroundings. So I've made a diorama base for it, 12 inches wide by 9 inches deep. Just a piece of 3/4 polystyrene, that's all, with 2mm card on the top. Thinner card might do. 2 or 3 pieces of a cereal packet or any kind of packaging, cardboard packaging, few pieces, 2 or 3 pieces stuck together will give you 2mm cardboard, unless you can buy it in sheet form as I do. So we've got the base for the diorama. What I want is a dilapidated, bombed out building, the face of a building as was on the side of the road there. This will be a cobbled road, by the way, with a path there and this dilapidated bombed house there. So I've chosen the size of building that I want, and just 1 door and 1 window. That was 1 window. But I want the brickwork to be split. I want the actual face to be split open, so bricks will only come up to those lines there, so you can actually see through the building. That's the idea anyway. So I've got that all cut out. What I need, obviously 2mm card is not going to be thick enough, so with 1/2 inch polystyrene, just lay that on top and mark round, and now I've got a good thickness of building there when I stick that on. So that will go there, and then there will be 2 parts of the remainder of the building, where there. Something like that. There'll be 2 just pieces of the rest of the building there, one this side and one the other side. Okay, so underneath that will go the path, so it'll be like that. But then when I put my cobbled street on, it will be level then with this piece of card, so I'll need another piece on top to raise it up to give it the effect of a pavement. So it'll be like that. So that's the general design of the diorama. I need to make the bricks to cover the front of the house, so I've got some brick coloured what do you call it? Brick coloured grout. I got some brick coloured grout, mixed a little bit of water with it, and a little bit of PVA glue for extra strength. And now I'll just plonk that on there. This is a piece of ceramic tile, so anything like that will do, and then I'll spread that out. There should just be enough to cover this area to about 2 or 3mm thick. It's not going to be easy for me to do looking over the lens of a camera. That's not too bad. So when I feel I've got a 2mm frame all the way around, so when it's kind of level with this frame, I'll know I've got the right depth. Okay, something like that. I'll mess around a little bit more with it later. But once I've got that, I'll need to wait about an hour and a half, maybe, something like that. And it will have set enough for me to mark out all my bricks that I need. 1/35 scale bricks are very small. The way to know how big your bricks should be, when you've got one of your little models, one of these little men here, 1/35 scale, imagine, well, you can see their hands, so you have to imagine them holding a house brick in those little, very little tiny hands that they have. So you can appreciate how small the bricks have to be for 1/35 scale. There are so many people that, I mean, obviously it's easier to make bigger bricks, but then it just looks so out of place when it's supposed to be a 1/35 scale diorama. So the bricks have to be really, really small. So I can mark those out when this is set a little more, and then I'll leave it dry overnight, and then tomorrow I can scrape up all my bricks and I can start to stick with PVA glue on the front of my building. So I'll do all of that and I will be back presently. Okay, so I've stuck everything together. So we've got something resembling the front of a building there now with the right thickness, and then two bits of building either side. I've put the path along the back of the base of the diorama with the border all around, and the edging just sitting proud so that I can put my cobbled street in the gap there. This will then go on top when this is all level. This will then go on top and make up the height of the pavement. Okay, so it'll look something like that. I don't suppose for one moment that's going to stand up. So that's how it will look. So what I've got to do now is put all the bricks on the front of the building. So I made my laid my grout yesterday, and you can see what I mean about the size. If I just take one brick and put it in that guy's hand, that is it going to focus? That's going to be about the size of a house brick. That guy holding it like that is about the right size. So 4mm by 8mm generally is the size of a 1/35 scale house brick. So I marked, when it had gone off for about an hour, I marked out all the bricks just with a knife and sharp, a ruler and sharp knife, and then all I have to do is ease them off the base like that. I've got millions and millions of bricks, and believe me, that's a very satisfying thing to do. There we go. So I've got all those bricks just from half a cup of grout. Sometimes have to take them apart like that, but that is one house brick. So I'll put those on the front of the house, PVA glue, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've laid my grey grout now onto the base, diorama base, and waited for about an hour or so, and then with a ruler and a sharp stick I was able to mark out all my cobbles. So this is the day after, and it's all dried out. one or two missing cobbles, which is a good thing, really. In fact, it could do with a few more missing ones, so I can gouge those out with a sharp knife. But I'll put a black wash over the top to darken it down a bit. So there's still plenty of things to do to it. The path on that second piece of card I just gouged out the shape of a few paving stones and edgings there. So that will sit on the edge there. We put a drain in as well, just a rectangle of cardboard that I should paint black. So that will represent a drain. And then for the main building, I stuck all my little tiny bricks on, as you can see, which took quite a while. And there are as many bricks on there as you would expect to find on that size or piece of building. So, you know, they are the right size. But what I did once the bricks were on was go over with grey grout to fill in the gaps in between the bricks, and then just wipe off with a damp washing up sponge, and that's what happens when it dries. So it looks very brick wallish, but there's a few more things that we can do. So on the odd brick, we can just, if you can see, just take the top off to make it look a bit different than the rest of the bricks. I'll do that one. I'll do that on a number of bricks at random all over there. Then a black wash on top of that, and they really will then stand out as old looking bricks. Okay, so I'll do that. I've got to redo the borders of the door and window, because now I've come up to the level. It's got the frame must stick proud, so I'll put these things back on again, and we'll see how it looks like then. So just a quick recap. I stuck 2mm card onto polystyrene, 1/2 inch thick, made my own bricks with brick coloured grout, stuck each individual brick on, then with grey grout brushed that in between the bricks to represent the mortar between the bricks, then took that off with a damp sponge. When that was dry, I took the top off some of the bricks, just scraped the top, and then a black wash over the whole lot, and that's how it's turned out. No paint, just a difference in texture and colour of brick, just naturally, really. The sides, or the broken side, I don't know if you can see that, copious amounts of PVA glue, and then whole bricks set into the glue, and let that set, and then more glue, and then sprinkle some crushed bricks. It's quite easy to crush the bricks to make a powder, or like a debris, if you like. Crushed bricks making debris, so I can put that in between the whole bricks, and that turns out like that. Again with a black wash over the top. The door, just 4 pieces of card, and cut on the sides a little bit, just to make the wood look weathered, and a window just stuck in there at a jaunty angle. So there's my brick wall, and the same kind of thing for the 2 end pieces as well, like so. As for the road, I took out a few more cobbles in the street, maybe a bit too many, but a few more cobbles taken out. No grout over the top, just a black wash. That's all. I've highlighted a few of the cobbles with a paint, just to give it a contrast in different colour. But basically it's just a black wash over the top, that's all. My drain, which is just a piece of cardboard and 4 little pieces of toothpick to make up the drain there, and then stuck my path on the back with a little bit of white dry brushing. Okay, have we got all that? So what I'll do now is stick that in its place there, and these will go either side. Oop, like that. And I've got a telegraph pole that I made some time ago for a different diorama, so if you could see, that will go at a slight angle there, and that will be it, apart from a bit of debris all around the path and some onto the road. So that's what I'll do next. I'll do that, and I will come back and we'll see what it looks like. So there we are, completed now, all stuck together. Telegraph pole stuck in there. A little bit of debris on the path and the road, not too much, and a bit of greenery, a bit of growth along the bottom of the building there. So easy to make, doesn't take too long to do, apart from sticking each brick on. That takes a long time, but apart from that, quite easy to do. And it will set off whatever military vehicle you've got to go on there. So I'll put my Tiger tank on there just to set that off, and I think that looks a pretty good scene. My cardboard Tiger tank, by the way, if you are following my videos, I'll show you how I made my Tiger tank with cardboard and then paint it. Or indeed my Sherman tank. So that could go on there equally as well. Not forgetting, of course, the old half track, which still looks okay. Okay, so there we are. Just an idea for setting off your hard work of making your tank or military vehicle, whatever. Makes it look a little bit more interesting. So thank you for watching the video. Have a go yourself. Let me know how you get on. There will be more videos in a similar vein. In the meantime, please subscribe to the channel. Click that like button, or as they say, smash that like button. And there will be future videos for you to see. In the meantime, thanks for watching again, and I wish you happy modelling.